Thank you.
You know, I like when they say family.
Because we family. We are.
Amen.
Welcome to Rebrand.
We love you.
I love y'all.
What's up, Yashika?
Far too many times we try to build ourselves and act how other people want us to act. And so just not, you really are growing when you're not focusing on what other people's visions of you.
Sometimes you got to go to war to get your peace.
Because sometimes you don't even know what peace is until after you've been through war.
America turns 250, and we've been here for every single year of it. Before this country even had a name, Crispus Attucks fell at the Boston Massacre, the first blood for American freedom. Peter Salem fired the shot that won the battle at Bunker Hill. James Lafayette spied for Washington while still enslaved. In New Orleans, the free men of color took up arms in 1812. Country that doubted them still needed them. Then came the Civil War. Harriet Tubman led military operations before women were given a chance. William H. Carney carried the flag through fire. The 54th Massachusetts charged the beach. Cathay Williams wore a man's uniform just to serve. 180,000 black men and women saw their example and answered the call. The Buffalo Soldiers crossed brutal land after the war. Benjamin O. Davis Sr. broke the Army's ceiling in 1940. In World War I, the Harlem Hellfighters held the line 191 days, and nothing could stop the Red Ball Express from moving desperately needed supplies to Allied forces across Europe. In World War II, Dory Miller became a hero. Grabbing a gun, he was never trained to fire at Pearl Harbor. The Tuskegee Airmen never lost a bomber. Charity Adams Early and the 6888 cleared mountains of mail. Then came Korea, Vietnam, Desert Storm, Iraq, and today. From generals to pilots, from medics to messengers, Black Americans helped build every chapter. We didn't just serve this country, we helped make it. And we're still not done.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rebranders Podcast. You are watching your host, Anthony Goodson. Tonight, we got a great show. 360 or 180 is history repeating itself. We want everybody who's here tonight to be sure to comment. Thank y'all for being with us. Before we get started, let's go ahead and let's take a shout out to our co-host. Let's look at the youngest one first. What's up, Yashika? How you doing?
You know what? You doing that because why you doing? You just feel like I needed it, huh? Listen, I really appreciate that. I'm doing great now. Whether I was not doing good before or not, I don't even remember.
Hey, I just took 20 years off her life. Hey, she's feeling amazing.
That's it. Hey, they say flattery gets you everywhere.
Keep doing that.
Flattery. Excuse me?
We just need to keep getting younger and younger guests on the show, and maybe you'll be a baby. Deborah Collette says, "Good evening, everyone." What's up, Deborah Collette? What's up, Helen? How you doing?
Doing good. Favorite day of the week. That gives me with my favorite kind of people. You can see on the screen. I'm doing good. It was a tough day at work, but better now.
Got through it.
That's good.
You're amongst family now.
Amen.
You kept on moving.
What up, Ace? How you doing tonight?
I'm good. What's up, everybody out there in TV land? What's happening, all my folks in Haiti? I see y'all locked in. Appreciate y'all.
Right on. And I'm Anthony Goodson. I'm doing just well tonight, y'all. We're doing a show called Helen. Tell the rest of the people how they can connect you or connect with you outside of this place.
Yeah, I always appreciate you looking out. Honestly, Helen, it's in my name. I have a podcast. Season 8 just wrapped up. All things auditory, Spotify, Pandora, Apple, Google, all the things you listen to a podcast, you can find my podcast. Thank you.
All right, doing big things. Hey, y'all, look here. Rebranders Podcast is having a call to action. We already sent a text message out this morning to a lot of people. So for those of you who are watching for the very first time, thank y'all. A lot of great things are coming. It's just a podcast today, but it's going to be something much different later on. Let's go to the comments real quick. We got Deborah Goodson. The Deborahs are coming in. Hello, Rebranders.
How you do now?
Everybody else out there, let us know where you're from. All right, now, tonight we got a great show. 360 or 180. It's history repeating itself. So we came about this conversation because a lot of things is happening right now, certainly over the last 18 months with the new regime that we have in office right now. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to talk about it. Is Trump making the world better for us, worse for us? Are we digressing? Are we progressing? What's the situation with us? In addition to that, if it's your first time watching, y'all, we got games that we're playing tonight. The game is, I forgot the name of it, but it's a bunch of them, actually. I think I put together 3 games, so just stay tuned.
It's going to be fun.
Coming up in about 15 minutes. Yeah. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into the conversation. We talked a lot about this last night, this topic. But before we get to it, let's talk a little bit more about the progression or where we're actually going and if we're doing it on purpose. Chika, you brought this up last night. Intentionality. You have to be in intentionality on purpose. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, one of the things that I guess I'm going to answer your question. Do you mind? I'm going to answer your question. What you said. Do you think Trump is making us better? Do you making us progress? Do you think he's making us worse? For the Black people, I think that it's making us better. I've seen a lot of building this last even week. The way that we've seen Black people show up and show out, literally show out, has been insane. And even what we've seen. Because we have it, we did it with Target. We can do it. We have the ability to do it. What I think with that being intentional on purpose or intentionality on purpose is we need to do it. We need to be intentional with what we do. We need to be intentional on how we move, what we say, the things we do, just how we move, and not just at work or at home, with your family, in your relationship. Even building a relationship takes a lot of work, and you have to be intentional. I'm single, by the way.
I hear you.
But when in relationships, you have to be intentional too. So I think every aspect of your life, but us, we need to be more intentional with us. I think that's how we continue to get stronger and stronger. Sorry, I'm running the plane.
Well, I think the question, y'all, we got to ask, what exactly does intentional mean? And I think if we break that down, when you go to college, the intent is to graduate. Right. When you get in your car, the intent is to go to work or go to the grocery store or wherever you're going. Whenever you go to bed, the intent is to get rest. I think that we have to put the goals down of what it is we want to see be done and be intentional with those things, which means you have to put one foot forward every single day, every single moment, in some cases, just so that you can get to the position or the place that you want to go to. So I'll let y'all talk a little bit more about that. But what exactly does intent mean? Kirby, what's up, my man? He said, "Oh Lord,
what's going on with it, Kirby?" I think
another week, Kirby.
He's here for me, y'all. He came here for me.
When we talk about intention, we gotta first separate intention from expectations as well. Because like you were saying, so like you go to college, the expectation is to graduate, but you have to be intentional about what you're doing to get to the expectation. So I think we have to kind of differentiate that too, so that people won't, because it's like you don't want people to think it's automatic. Intention means you are specifically taking these steps to get to an expectation. So I think we need to do that as far as in life and all aspects of what we got going.
Well, see, I disagree. I think that when you have intent, when you go to college, you intend on graduating, right? Yes, you expect.
Because I went to college.
Everybody expects to graduate. Some people are going.
I didn't. That's why I say I didn't have a graduation expectation. I had intent.
But you graduated though.
Meet folks.
I think I get what Ace is saying. I think sometimes there is a situation where you do need to separate the intention and the expectation. I think that example might not have been the best one, but I understand it. And to that point, I think something you said when we were talking last night is as it alludes to our history, right? And us being intentional as a people with not letting our history die. Now, the intent could be to not let it die. But what is the expectation of us doing that, right? It might be different than our intention. This actually, that's not a good example because those are the same. But I do think there are certain situations where they're different. But I do want to pick on just a little bit with what Yashik was saying about being intentional. I think with this new regime that we have, the Black community specifically, I think we do need to get intentional about what we want to do in this regime. How do we want to move forward, move past it, move up and do better? And it should be collective, right? We if we get aligned on that, then we can have a plan, and then we're intentional about where we're trying to get to our expectation. Okay, maybe it is the same.
Well, I'll let you think about it. What's up, Norman Tidmore? How you doing? Appreciate the comment. Kirby says, when you go to college, you intend to do a lot of exploring.
In quotation. I see that.
That's what he meant. I think that's what you meant, Ace, right?
I think it's important for us to understand what intent means. You know, when a man starts courting a woman, he intends on marrying this woman. When he's courting her, right? Not just dating, courting this woman. That's the whole intent. And so, you know, he dates her, he buy her gifts, he open the doors, he buy flowers, he do all the things that he's supposed to do with the intent on marrying. This is a courtship, right? So I think I don't know exactly what Martin Luther King or anybody in this country, when they decided to develop this country, what the intent was, but daily they were putting one foot before the next or ahead of the next, so that we can get to the place, I guess, where we are today. So I think intent is it's a strong word. You got to truly understand what it means, and you also got to have a goal and understand what the goals are and how to get to the goals, because there's certain steps that you must take, and through intent you also got to understand failure. You know, because I was talking to Sydney the other day, my daughter, and talking about failure. How important is failure? And then how important is resilience afterwards?
It's so important.
It's very important.
I think that without failure, like I hate to live in a life that without failure, because I think a lot of times, even as a child, if you don't like, you know, whenever kids play, I think Asa spoke on this before. Kids play all these sports and stuff, and now everybody gets a medal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nobody fails anymore. Everybody gets a medal. So even if they're not first, second, or third place, they get a medal anyway.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. You try.
Everybody knows if you're not first, you're last. You should. I think with teaching, what does that teach our kids though? That no matter what, you get a medal. That's not life.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, it's not life. We only get one chance at this, one snap at this. So you need to understand failure. A lot of kids don't these days.
And you learn from failure. Like you learn how you react to it. I think without failure, it breeds entitlement. And it also breeds naivety. They say naivety, is that the proper
being naive?
Yeah, it breeds that, because if there's no opposition, you think that, to Yashik's point, life is just peaches and creams. And we know as soon as you step outside your mama's house, it's different. The rules are not the same. They don't apply.
Yeah.
So,
That's one thing you talk about. You know, I don't believe in, you know, I remember one time my daughter and them, they had been champions, and we were in a tournament. They came in second place, and I told her, throw that silver medal on the ground. Let's go. You don't need it. What you want the second place for? You know.
Oh, okay.
Now that second place is still
calm it down.
No, you the champs, you know. But what they did was, you know, they were part of a team with 6 championship, 4 undefeated seasons, because they had a hunger. They knew we was the best or we was nothing. If you're not first, you're last. And you know, that's one of them life lessons that we have to pass on. And maybe not that harsh.
Richie Bobby.
You know, maybe not that harsh, but I think what happens is it leads to, you know, suicide rates through the roof for the youth, for that young age group and stuff. And it's because they don't know how to handle rejection. You know, you see women being assaulted just because they said no. You know, didn't give somebody their phone number or something. You know, and it's because they don't have rejection. They don't understand rejection.
Yeah, him says second place is the first loser.
I like that.
That's good.
All right, we're gonna take us a quick break real quick. When we come back, we're gonna talk a little bit more about this. At what point do we get serious? both as a people, and what does that look like? What does getting serious look like? We're gonna talk a little bit more about that when we come back.
So I've only had one panic attack before. I was supposed to be having an MRI. And the lady was like, "Oh, baby, you having a panic attack?" They let me out. I was putting clothes up back on.
Clothes back on.
Oh, we paying any amount of money to see
I had
that.
I've never taken my clothes off during MRI. Listen, what kind of MRI was that? Because I've had several.
If you go do an MRI after ACE, you ask them to wipe it down.
Please sanitize. Sanitize.
No, because I've had 4 MRIs. My clothes was on every single time.
And Corey, do you strip when it's time?
I didn't say I strip.
You said that.
Word butt
You tried to
naked.
go
You said bucket naked.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. One thing I'm gonna take away from this is that MRI. Man, that MRI. Oh my God.
Where are your socks on?
And I'm certain there's a video going around somewhere. I can't wait to find it.
Hey, they said I'm a real
And
stand-up
your
guy.
age.
I know you already on Amazon, so while you're there, you might as well support a Black-owned brand. So instead of this, try this. And instead of this, try this. And instead of this, try this. I got plenty more for you in the culture card, so make sure you come through. Check out the link at the end.
Welcome back to Rebranders Podcast. Y'all do all you can to support Black businesses. We need it too. We need the podcast to be supported. We also need our companies and whatever it is we our products that we provide. You are watching Rebranders Podcast 360 or 180. History repeating itself. That's the question. Before we went to break, we said, at what point do we get serious? That's a real loaded question. That can go all over the place. I know we were a little bit more specific last night. And what does that look like?
Yeah.
At what point do we get serious?
Now. We got to get serious now. And it looks like what you did this morning, Anthony, taking a conversation and then putting into action and sent out a text message to the people. And now it's up to us, regardless of who responds, to continue on, right? I think getting serious is not getting overwhelmed with the obstacles. And right now, this regime is overwhelming. But we can get serious by just being intentional about what we want to do in this life of ours.
Yep, that's exactly, that goes right back to being intentional on purpose, is getting serious. Because when you're intentional, you are serious. And whatever the goal is you're being intentional on, or it could even be people, you're serious.
Yeah.
Yep. I think we talk a lot about voting and all those things. Is voting, getting out to vote, is that a serious commitment?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially something other than the presidential election. It's all the ones in between that's the serious one that we don't seem to take advantage of.
Right.
So we said, so the question says, at what point do we get serious? The second part of it, I don't know if we've answered that. What does that actually look like? Helen kind of touched on it a little bit, but what do y'all think?
Stop. Yeah, action and stop supporting stupidity. At some point, do we take each other serious? You'll see something, like say you'll see something on social media and you go to the comment section and you see people standing behind it. Or just like with India.Arie, she made a comment about the song about scamming and stuff from Young Miami, whatever name is, stuff like that. And social media went crazy against India.Arie because she said something factual and positive. So I think what it looks like is India.Arie, she stood up for, no matter how people felt, she made a statement that hurt some people and stepped on some people's toes, but it had to be said.
But I don't think that was her intention. You know what I mean? I just think that it wasn't trying to step on people's toes, because people are going to do what they want to do. Let's just be clear. Okay. Yeah. People are going to do and listen to and do however what they want to do. You can't make people do nothing different than what they want to do, right? So that wasn't her intention. But one of the things, and I think we touched on this, is that, that song is talking, and go ahead and cancel me because I've always been canceled. But to her point, that song talks about scamming and putting things in their bags and doing all this stuff that causes people. And one of the things I said, and y'all can agree or disagree, she should have put, one of the lyrics should have been going to jail, no job no more.
Right.
Like you kids going to college, but they hear spend that, and so they in Macy's putting stuff in that shit in their bags. Excuse my friend. However, when they get caught, that's not on the record. And then when they go before a judge, that's not either. And then when they stole, what they stole was over $1,000. So now they got grand theft. That's not on the record either. And then you can't be a nurse, you can't be a doctor, you can't be a lawyer, you can't be an engineer. You can take if I was eating carbs, the big double with a medium fried light salt. Because you're gonna have to go take orders by spending that. Does that make sense? Like I'm trying. It sounds like funny, but I'm really not trying to make a joke.
No,
I get what she's saying. Like this reality, but kids just hear the song. Young people hear the song. Everybody's dancing to it. All these big names. Sierra, I seen Sierra doing the dance. I seen Remy Ma doing it, and a few other people. So everybody's doing the dance. It's really popular, but nobody's singing the aftermath.
Do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think one of the things we have to understand is when people like one of the oldest things in history, Jesus, of course, going back 2,000 some odd years, Jesus is love, and they hated Jesus. So when Bill Cosby tried to speak love, they hate Bill Cosby. When Michael Jackson speak a song about they don't really care about us, Michael Jackson gets in trouble. The list goes on and on and on. I haven't seen or heard the song by India Arie, but I do know once you start speaking the positive word and you trying to help people, then you got to understand the backlash is definitely coming. All right, y'all. Look here, we got a whole lot more show to play to do. We got a game to play. It's game time. Before we go to game time, Kirby says, push it out, shove it out, way out.
We got to find a song with them lyrics to go to.
Game time! Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun.
Come on, let's go play a game.
Who wants to have some fun? Let's play. Let's play a game.
All right.
I like that. Underrated, overrated, or right where they belong. That's the game that we playing tonight. Let me say it again. Underrated, overrated, or right where they belong. So I got a couple of game parts that I'm gonna play here. I'm gonna throw some names out, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. Underrated, are they overrated, or right where they belong? Helen, I tried to go. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
All right, so here we go. Audience, I'm gonna throw this out there to you. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the first one. So audience, if you answer, put a number beside it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, depending on which one I ask, because we want to know which one you're answering to. All right, number one, first one. Love Jones, the movie. Underrated, overrated, or right where it belongs?
Right where it belongs.
Never seen it.
Never seen it.
Don't say that out loud.
I've never seen it.
What the heck?
But the question is, I don't know if is it hyped up or is it?
No, it's right where it belongs.
I'm only gonna say if it's hyped up if Kirby's seen it. Kirby.
Okay, that's good. Kirby, I've never seen it either.
Well, love, y'all got to see. Love, it's right where it belongs.
Never heard of it. So
the respect that it gets and the admiration that it gets is all the credit that it gets. It deserves. It's great, great love story.
Adrian Rowland says, right where it belongs. All right, can't help too. He said, right where it belongs. Love it. Love it.
Right where it belongs.
Can you believe I never seen it?
I've never seen it either. I've never
Do yourself a favor and see that.
Y'all don't have to put a number towards this one. Here we go. What about the TV show Living Single? Is it underrated?
Underrated.
Underrated.
Way more hype. That was such a good show.
Underrated, yeah.
Underrated.
I think it's right where it belongs.
No. Isn't that the one with
Oh, look here.
That's Queen Latifah, right?
Queen Latifah and Kim Fields and Maxine.
Yeah,
now Kirby has made me change. See, Kirby, let me give you a quick history. I don't have to. Should I do it or should you do it, Ace? Give him the history of this.
So you've heard of Living Single, Kirby, you just don't know it. So I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the popular show Friends. That is, like they consider one of the greatest shows of all time, stuff like that. Well, Friends actually came from a show called Living Single. They literally took Living Single and said, we're going to give it an all-white cast and we're going to throw it out to the mainstream even more. And you have Friends. So, exactly. If you want to think about Living Single, you just put black people in the place of everybody on Friends and ta-da, you got it.
Living Single was first, and here's another little piece.
It was underrated.
Even though those are facts, by the way, not speculation. Those are facts.
I like David Schwimmer. I think he's a great guy. I really do. I don't know him, but he said, just imagine if they did a show like this with an all-black cast. I think it'll be good. Not realizing his very own show was from a show like that was an all-black cast. Adrian says, right where it belongs. Gotcha. Thanks for the explanation. And Adrian says, Ace, facts, bro. All right, y'all. Here go another one. Let's change it up. Denzel Washington.
Right where he is.
Right where he belongs.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I would say right where he belongs. He's already a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know if he could be in. Do you think he could be bigger?
No.
I think he could too.
Supplements maybe, but
that man is going to Broadway now. You know he did a play.
Yeah.
He has a Tony Award. What's up? Rhonda Kirby says underrated. I could go with underrated too.
Underrated? Yeah, y'all think he's underrated? I think he gets
I think he's right where he belongs, but I think he could get, more.
Yeah. Can I say, I know this is an off topic, but Kirby said faux show.
Oh, yes, indeed.
And I appreciate that.
He started off
back up, Anthony, for just a second.
He said, because he's probably seen Dolomite.
Show.
Hey,
and I appreciate that.
But are we not? You're not going to address how he spelled law? He said LAWD.
Law. I know that's right.
Talking to somebody seasoned.
I know. And he's insanely good. He says, absolutely. I agree. All right, this TV show Blackish. Overrated, underrated?
Underrated.
I ain't
underrated.
I've never seen it. I've never watched it.
You know why it's underrated? So Blackish is an amazing show, but I think a lot of people didn't watch it or didn't see it because the name Blackish. But if you watch the show is for all. The whole show is about his a black man's insecure. He's successful in his insecurities, but it's engulfed with white culture too. So the show is for everybody, but it's just that I guess some people can't get past the title.
That wasn't a title.
Kirby said he's heard it, never seen it.
Yeah,
Kirby, I've never seen it either.
Me either. Yeah,
I've seen some episodes, but not.
Also, Adrian Rose said overrated. Okay,
oh, you don't like Blackish.
The two Adrians are going against each other.
Oh man.
Okay, so Blackish is Black Lives Matter movement. Overrated. Right where it belongs.
I say overrated. I say overrated.
I say
underrated if it's actually for the movement.
Yeah.
Not the purpose that they tried to transfer it to. The movement, what it initially was supposed to be, underrated like a mofo.
The purpose is underrated, but the movement is overrated because some people, like people of different races and stuff, they think that movement, Black Lives Matter, the organization, they think it defines us. We're like, we don't know them. Some folks that named it that, anything happen. Where's Black Lives Matter?
Kirby says it's right where it belongs. It's gone. It's no longer
gone. Yeah. I already said it. Yeah.
All right, we got 2 more minutes, so I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna throw out somebody random. What about Octavia Spencer?
Underrated. That girl can act her booty off.
Yeah, I would say she's underrated too.
For those of you who don't know Octavia Spencer, she really worked her way up.
Oh,
can she won a Grammy? Let me look.
Nah. They usually when they sing. So probably not.
What's the big movie one? An Oscar? An Oscar?
Right.
I just got it.
I missed what I didn't get it.
Never heard of her, but she sounds hot.
Google her, Kirby, right now. Go to Google.
You're wrong, Kirby. You're wrong. Never gonna say underrated. Rhonda says underrated. K Ham says she is underrated. Underrated
until the Oscar for best supporting actress. Underrated. Capital U. Supporting actress.
All right, y'all. We got a few more we're gonna do, but I'm gonna do a quick lightning round real quick. Tell me who was the first Black Supreme Court justice? Does anybody know?
Martin Luther King.
Anthony. Right.
I like that
Obama.
default. I
Obama.
like that default, you should.
Barack Obama.
Y'all know that. Come on now.
Come on, y'all.
But
Kirby said I Googled her. I stand corrected.
Harriet Tubman's cousin.
Who was the first black Supreme Court? It was Thurgood Marshall. Y'all should have known that.
Oh, we just seen the thing. Right.
Yeah. Which sitcom featured Martin Payne?
Martin Payne.
Martin Payne?
Yeah.
Like Major Payne?
Black card gone.
Oh.
It's out of here.
She can catch it.
Y'all thinking about it?
All the answers. Everybody knows. Kirby said. Even Kirby says Martin. I say even.
Yeah.
Rhonda says Martin. K. Hamp says Martin. He even said Thurgood Marshall. It was Thurgood, Rhonda. Y'all just wait till
Martin.
Rhonda
He said Martin Payne. It's of course you're gonna say Martin.
Martin.
I don't get it. Was that an answer within a question?
I don't know.
The question is, which sitcom featured Martin Payne? The sitcom was Martin.
Who's Martin Payne?
Right.
The show Martin with the black guy? His name is Martin Payne.
The show is Martin Payne. Martin Lawrence is Martin Payne on the show.
Y'all, it's too much.
Oh, okay. See?
Oh my God.
This is a lot.
You know what?
I know the show Martin though. I did.
Maybe. See, the game is supposed to be a break from the show. Maybe we need to take a break from the game. Hit it, Sydney. Does birds of a feather really do flock together?
Yeah.
Like-minded people do get together, right? This phrase has a strong connotation when we start getting into the toxicity of those flocks.
Let us hear that wonderful voice that you got back.
Oh, whatever. I don't care what you say. I was your co-host. Maybe come on the show.
I don't know if birds of a feather always flock together. There could be something that, somebody in your flock is doing, and that doesn't necessarily mean you doing it.
Y'all my flock. I think we flock together.
Yeah, I flock with y'all.
That hurt my brain the way that's written, but we get it.
Hey, why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy. I pop out, they go out, so celebrity. Too busy winning, I forgot that
Taking me back for a story I haven't told in a long time. We were in the Boy Scouts together. His name was Andre. We went on to high school, and one day at our high school, do y'all remember the group Rare Earth? Pull up the song I Just Want to Celebrate. But they came and performed live at our high school. And this guy, Andre, who I hadn't seen in many years, worked for, I guess, the record promoter or the music promoter that was bringing them to town. And I was standing on the front steps of the high school as they were leading the group upstairs. I said, oh, man, there's a drummer, Peter Oblak, and so I said, hey, Andre so-and-so, I'll just say that. I won't call his last name. He looked at me, and I said, yeah, man, we were in the Boy Scouts together. And he said, oh, that was a long time ago, my brother, long time ago. I was like, ain't this about I wasn't dry bigging. I just saw a guy I hadn't seen in a while.
Listen, I don't got no money. Call his last name, Kevin, because I'm going on his Facebook.
Andre Dotson. Yes.
I just want to celebrate another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of life.
Y'all, it's been 12 months, 1 year yesterday. Kevin Woodson left us.
Love you, Kevin.
He told us that story about 14 months ago, which is about 2 months before he passed away. So, of course, he's always a member of this family. 360 or 180 is history repeating itself. You're watching Rick Brander's podcast. All right, y'all. So, I had a thought before we went to the break. And just now, I lost my thought.
Oh, Lord.
Bring it back.
Good news is a comment just came in. Kirby says, watching that band just makes me feel high. Let's go to the comments before we get back to the conversation. Kirby says, now getting back to the game that we played, he says, shit, even I know that one.
We didn't know. It was confusing. Listen, Linda, listen. This what's confusing. Okay.
The Goodsons say Helen, and then they say, please take Helen.
Not in unison on that. Somebody's supposed to be on my side. One of the Goodsons.
I'm on your side. Okay, I was getting ready to say. I don't know if you want me on your side, but I'm on your side.
Well, none of the Goodsons on your side.
I know you got to be on my side. We together.
Yeah. The pain threw out. That's all that was.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So now we got some things going on in the world. We talked about Bill Cosby and some of the things that he did, right, and how he just got shunned. And OJ did something. OJ did his thing throughout the 90s. We won't go through all that, but and the story that's going on right now. The Buffalo Bills just built a brand new stadium in Buffalo, New York. The greatest Bill, probably, or arguably, certainly the guy who built the Buffalo Bills is O.J. Simpson. I mean, before O.J. Simpson was an actor, before O.J. Simpson was a sideline reporter, and certainly before he was a non-convicted murderer who was acquitted, O.J. Simpson was one of the greatest football players of all time. And he was in the Ring of Honor in Buffalo. And then all of a sudden now, they decide in the new stadium they don't want to put OJ in the new Ring of Honor. How do y'all feel about that?
I think that's some Fraggle Naggle bull. Fraggle Naggle bull.
It's crazy because they really just laugh in our face. You could go to any state right now and find a statue of a racist white man in bronze. Any state, you'll find a racist white man built into a statue. But y'all don't want to give this black man his flowers because, okay.
Because he got found innocent. This is my thing with OJ. If the system works, the system works. So if they said OJ was innocent, it don't care how you feel or what you think. They said the man was innocent. So the Buffalo Bills taking him out of the Ring of Honor, I think that's tasteless as far as that organization. Like Kirby said, he's a shit stain on the Buffalo Bills, right? Well, he made the Buffalo Bills, Kirby. This the thing, Kirby. So the same law that says he was innocent is the same law who convicts people. That some people say he was guilty, he was guilty, or the same law who say lets people go, give them probation, or don't prosecute police. And stuff
it's the same law that did. Old boy gave him like 36 felonies, didn't he? Yeah, didn't he like 36 something. So what would he be a stain? Would he be a stain on America?
President Trump's a stain on America, but we ain't talking about that one. Oh.
So, but you got the right, because a lot of people feel, a lot of people say, oh, he killed him, stuff like that. But the court of law said the man was innocent. That's how it is. Just like those officers that beat Rodney King, the court of law said they was innocent. So if it works one way, it got to work the other way.
And we remove "Are you fired" from every TV station, so we don't get aired.
I don't care.
Let's see what Kirby has to say. Kirby says, doesn't matter, but everyone on the face of the earth know he was guilty. It goes on what people perceive what the judge or jury. It goes on what people perceive what a judge or jury decides. See, that kind of piggyback what Ace just said, Kirby. That's the issue that we deal with. Is based off your emotions towards that person. And we unfortunately always think it's a racial thing, because yes, you may say that towards OJ, and we all probably think he's guilty. Let's just be real. We also feel the same way towards Donald Trump, but the MAGA people don't feel that way, because the MAGA people, I don't know if it's a racial thing or it's just their leader or their God or whatever the case may be. But you're right. As far as OJ is concerned, it's not always the same case when it comes to other people. And I'm not just going to say Donald Trump. Case in point, a young man. First of all, let's just take George Floyd for an example. He was the victim. He's the one who got killed, but he all of a sudden looked like the one who was the what's the word I'm looking for?
Bad guy.
He was the bad guy. However, young man goes into a South Carolina church about 10 years ago. He shoots up and kills 9 innocent people who, by the way, he said were very nice to him. And everybody's kind of on his side. The police take him to get Burger King before he go. We hadn't even heard anything about him yet. He has not been turned into any kind of villain whatsoever. So that's the issues that we see day by day by day in our culture. That's why we have this podcast. Helen, I think you were about to say something.
No, but I can say it goes back to the topic of the show, right? 360 or 180. Because if we really were going by the system that caucus people really put together, and when it works for them, it works for them. But then when it goes against an opinion that they think should happen, all of a sudden the system is flawed. Which isn't that slavery? Isn't that how we got here? We choose certain laws that made sense for certain people? Didn't we just get rid of voting acts for minorities in certain states too? That man just approved. Oh.
That's why we have to get back to being intentional. Like, I think we truly put too much energy into what people are doing. If they don't want to use him in the Buffalo Bills, that's their building and their money. They can do that. So what do we do as people that, if you want to keep him his record alive with the Buffalo Bills, then what can you do on an intentional standpoint to stand on something to keep his name alive? Okay, he don't get to go to the new stadium. Okay. So then what do we do about that if that's something that we want to do? I don't want us to continue putting our eggs in other people's baskets. That's not our building. That's not our stadium. And that's not somebody that's going to honor him. Okay, because they can do what they want to with their money. Just like you can do what you want to with yours. Yeah. So we just got to figure out they're not doing that. Okay. So then what?
Kirby says, I'm 100% ultra MAGA. I love everyone for the most part. No racial stuff. Just proud of the successes he's brought our country. I know discussions for another time. We'll have to bring you on about that. We won't even get into
Ultra
that.
MAGA. That's nice. I never heard of Ultra MAGA. That's new.
Yeah, Kirby, don't try to get yourself no extra title, the Ultra MAGA.
Ultra MAGA.
I'll be arguing somebody. So what? I know the Ultra MAGA. Now what?
He put it in capitals too. He used caps, baby.
There's a few things he did. He also said successes and Donald Trump at the same sentence. All right, so I think we're talking about this conversation. Let's talk digression. Like, where are we? Y'all, I feel like this is maybe just my opinion, but are we? I feel, and we had this conversation. I feel like our age group, me and Ace's age group, but we are real used to a certain lifestyle. Like our parents struggled, and their parents really struggled, and we don't even talk about what happened before them. But we came in at a very cush time, and so we've never really seen the struggle, nor did we have to really work as hard as, say, for example, our parents. And we just didn't even set our kids up at all. So now I feel like we some, for lack of a better term, cowardly type age group people, and we don't fight a whole lot. And so now I feel like we're digressive. We're going backwards. We don't even have some of the laws that we had in 1965.
Right.
They have gone backwards on the voting laws. All these things are happening. Are we going backwards? Are we going to be in slavery in 60 years from now?
I don't think so.
I think
that, but
it's not going to look the same, but I think so.
Well, we are definitely moving backwards because, like Showtime, we're not intentional. You know, we have a whole generation that's not focused and could care less about nothing but a good time. You know how they say, it's not all work and no play; it's all play and no work right now.
You do have a generation that's playing, but you also have a generation that don't play.
Right.
One of the things that I see that they say a lot is we're not our ancestors.
Yeah.
We're not our parents. You know what I mean? So I don't think so, because I just don't think that this generation, although they like to party, they like to throw hands.
So are we raising kids to be intentional? Are y'all raising y'all's kids to be intentional?
I'm trying to.
What's trying?
So I'm just teaching them to be more intentional in things they need to do. Like today, let me do a case in point, because they kind of got in trouble today. So they were home with their dad all day at his house. All day. And today's his birthday, right? And so I said, well, what did y'all do? You know, what did you do? Nothing. Nothing. Didn't do anything for him, but why not? This is somebody that cares for you and does for you and works hard for you. Why didn't you do nothing? Why you didn't tell them happy birthday? Why didn't you? It's like it's that entitlement, and it's on us. You know, a lot of us, like Anthony said, our parents struggle. They struggle. We didn't struggle that much. Do you think these kids are struggling? No, I work hard, and we wear it as a badge of honor to say that our kids don't struggle. You know, our kids don't have to go through it. We want to do better for our kids than our parents did for us. But are we setting them up to fail with that?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go to a comment, and hey, Kirby, I want you to. I want to give you a task. Kirby says, "I've got the Ultra MAGA sticker on my truck." Okay. Kirby says,
"Send me one, Kirby."
Kirby also, I want to focus on this. He said, "Come on now, that's nonsense. I don't see anything but advancement from the Black community." And I'm assuming you're talking about during the Trump administration. He said, "But this is coming from a white dude." What I implore you to do is give us 3. Just give us 3.
Kirby, I think you see the little bit of money that they show us on TV, like celebrities wise and people like that. And so it kind of, as a community, you know, we're not advancing at all as a community.
My best rep, almost best in the company, is Black. That's because he busts his butt, but that's not because anybody gives him anything. That's not the same thing.
Oh, Kirby's different.
Yeah. So I ask you, Kirby, as we get ready to take this break, give us 3 things that Trump has done that you can directly say he for the Black community he's made better. Don't Google it, because you said from your perspective. So tell us what you know. We'll be right back in 2-3 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for my favorite guest, Kevin Woodson.
Oh, shut up. I thought somebody else walked in the room.
It's Kevin Woodson. He joined me here, and
grew up in Missouri, moved to Texas for my radio career.
When it was better than any clock. When the street lights came on, you knew what time it was.
Because most people have no idea that 1/3 to 1/4 of the entire West, they were African-American cowboys.
And you don't lead with arrogance. I think that's very important. Men are visual. We're visual creatures. So we're going to see something that looks attractive to us. But now when you find that, you have to be able to vet it.
I call it one of those new pivotal moments in Black for folks, you know, like my daughter, different people, they'll be able to say, yeah, I remember when that happened.
everyone sees we're on horses, so...
That's what this is?
That's what this is.
Black rodeo is like the equivalent to the Negro Leagues. The Negro Leagues weren't formed just because we didn't want to play baseball with them. They didn't want to play baseball with us.
And you have to learn how to channel that anger, because it's virtually impossible to say, I won't get angry anymore. A small transgression, if you were late bringing the library book back to the library, that was leading you to prison.
You just can't say, oh, look how good she looked. Look at that behind. Look at that face. I'll take it. You know, you gotta look at all the aspects.
On the other side of the fence, a lot of white people try to look at it like, history, slavery, that was a long time ago. You hear those phrases, and those things, that's where the institutionalized racism comes in. Those things grow and they filter out like tree branches, and it gets us to where we are today. So a lot of people act like we just had this little hiccup called slavery, but everybody's okay now. And sadly, it isn't that way. Country Wayne does what you call sketch comedy.
Right.
That's one medium. Then as Helen, everybody was talking about stand-up comedy, and the radio end of it is theater of the mind. We have to convey a message and a joke and a punchline or a series of punchlines where you don't see it.
To know that this is nothing new for us. We've always done this.
Once a year, I get a chance to rodeo with the brothers. You know, anytime you have to look at somebody and go, what the hell is he talking about? See, I sputted back on Anthony.
Helen took herself out.
Come back, Helen.
I really gotta go. I can't stay any longer.
Working through all the permitting to drive towards that so that we can be selling clean, reliable energy to our allies in the Pacific who want to do more trade with us. And lastly, again, thank you for creating the national...
I know you already on Amazon, so while you're there, you might as well support a Black-owned brand. So instead of this, try this. And instead of this, try this. And instead of this, try this. I got plenty more for you in the culture card. Make sure you check it out on Amazon. The link is at the end.
All right, we are back. Rebrand this podcast 360 or 180. All right, y'all. Let's go to the comments. Corona, he says he's drinking because Tony said, "What is Kirby drinking right now?" Kirby put the question we asked him to tell us three things that Donald Trump did for black people. All right, I started from the bottom and then I worked my way to the front. I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss everything because of the bottom. He added more blacks to his administration and cabinet roles than any other black president.
He fired everybody, Kirby. He don't have
there's not one, Kirby. Not one. He fired everybody.
This is cute. Come on.
Hold on, 100,000 saving for every kid born.
He meant 1K.
1K, yeah. Well,
okay.
I haven't heard anything about that, so I can't.
My niece and nephew didn't get theirs. I can tell you that.
I don't know about the prison reform, Kirby. Prison is a mess right now. Nothing is rehabilitative about prison. Actually, so prison was meant to be rehabilitated, but now it's privatized and it's all business. So you have these individual people who are basically, prisons are money makers now. But the problem is, it's a danger to society now because you used to could get somebody that goes to prison and they come out, change their mind, they got a new mind, and now they're trying to work towards something. Now you get somebody going to prison and they come out worse. I mean, I know what it probably says in the documents things. I'm just telling you what it is now. There's no reform in prison anymore.
And then he names one person, Ben Carson. You do realize that not everybody. Couple things. Ben Carson is not black.
What's Ben Carson's wife's name?
Bonnie.
No.
Miss Carson.
Miss Carson. Kirby, go watch her sing the national anthem. Do it. Do it.
360 or 180. Now, the reason why we came up with this topic is because as a community, that's what we want to talk about. Where are we right now? I guess 180 is exact opposite of it's a perfect place to be. 360 means we're right back where we started. And what do y'all think? Where are we? 360 or 180?
We had to 360.
Yeah, I said we like 210. We passed 180. We coming back around. We like 210. We ain't too far gone, but it's like we got to get a grip on things.
And I do agree with Sheik. I definitely think there is a generation that definitely will put hands on. So I still think we could end up in slavery in 6 years, but it's not going to look the same because not everybody, most black people are not going to go for it. However, I am not convinced the brainwashing of assimilating to white America is not deep rooted in some black people.
What I think it will be. And I don't know about the white America thing. I don't know, but maybe, I don't know. What I think it will end up being though, when we talk about things like Social Security, stuff like that, when we think of a slave mentality, I think we're headed there because that people like our parents or whatever get Social Security off the backs of our working years, right? Mm-hmm. And then we're going to receive Social Security on the backs of the Sydney Anthony working years, but Sydney's people ain't working.
They TikToking.
So they TikToking. They're doing all this stuff, so they're not working. So there's not. So that's when I think of slave. When I think of that, what I was saying, and it's not just for black people. It's going to be for people because they're not working, which means we won't have. We might get it, but Helen, you probably not gonna get it, honey, baby child. So. Is it black people when you say slavery, or is it just people that's still going to be in Walmart at 70 years old because they have to, because they don't have any Social Security, so they still have to work, so I just don't know when we think slavery, is it just going to be black? I just don't think that.
There will be a race war before any black ends up in slavery, and most whites will be on the side of African Americans. That's an interesting comment.
That sounds like a true story. The problem, Kirby, with one of the major problems is that a lot of times, of course, when we say white folks, a lot of times we're not talking about all white people and stuff like that. But things are reversed. The racist people used to be the minority. Now they're the majority. And that's who we're seeing now.
I think they just louder. I don't even know if they're the majority. I think they just louder now. I think they're a little emboldened. And I think if a certain white person thinks that joining the winning team will help them in the long run, they're going to just be a sheep that follows. I don't know if it's a majority. I think they just louder. I think they louder.
I don't know.
All right, y'all. Before we get ready to do AOAs, we got a couple more underrated, right where they belong, or overrated. Here's another one: Tupac Shakur.
Underrated.
Right where he
Gotta
belongs.
be right where he belongs now.
He got all the he got all the. I mean, he has all the accolades.
I don't know about his accolades, but I'm gonna have to say right where he is because I definitely know about him. I don't listen to him a whole lot, but I know his bangers, and I know he acted in the movie. The Juice, right? Was that his movie? No,
That's the only one you got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to some of his lyrics. He got some, you know.
I would say right where he
Your
belongs
mama?
just because where else could he go?
Yeah, true. Well, yeah, he ain't going no further. Yeah.
Black History Month. Overrated, underrated, right where it belongs.
Overrated.
Underrated.
I say right where it belongs.
Underrated.
Finally, oops, now I'm not gonna do good time.
Y'all want to ask me why I say overrated? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Samuel L. Jackson.
He's like Denzel to me. I think he's right where he belongs. Like
I think he's right where he belongs.
Racial people are not the majority, not even close. You know what? I think opposite. I think there's way more racist people in the United States. In fact, I go so far to say 95% are racist. 95% may not be bigoted to the point to where they'll do something, but I'd say a great deal of them are more racist than less racist. A good 95%. And the reason get into it, we'll talk about that another time. Right where he belongs, they say right where he belongs, underrated. And I think they're talking about Samuel L. Jackson. Right where it belongs, under Tony Goodson says underrated. Samuel Leroy Jackson is underrated. Let me tell y'all, I think he's overrated. I do not like Samuel L. Jackson.
Really?
Not at all.
You don't like Samuel L. Jackson, mother?
Not as an actor, I don't. He seems like a decent guy. Come on. He said 95%. Really? Yes. I think that there's a lot. We got this term on this show called the nice racist. You got a lot of people who are racist and they like me. Oh, that's Anthony. He's a good guy. Or Ace. She go. They like us, and so they feel like they're not racist. But in reality, when push come to shove, and they got to stand up for me, now all of a sudden you don't hear from them as much because you vote left or because you vote right does not make you racist or non-racist. I think this country, the very fiber of the United States, has dug into this country so much that most black people feel inferior to a certain degree, and most white people feel superior. And so the racism is embedded in your fiber. You don't even do it on purpose. You don't want to be. We look at how, I'm not going to get into it too deep. But anyway, of course, I don't expect everybody to fully agree. LOL. Now, Anthony, if Samuel called you up for the role in Frisco, would you go? Yes.
What's up?
Well, I love Benjamin. Frisco King. All right, Sydney, let's go.
Hey, yo, we got on the show next week.
I appreciate you for asking that.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Yo, it's been a time, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, yo, Ace.
What's up, Yashik?
Who we got on the show next week?
I am glad you asked. Next week, we're going to be talking to an interesting demographic and have a little fun. So we'll be talking to broke people with expensive taste, and we'll be explaining, no, they can't put crab meat on your Whopper.
Crab meat is good too. Okay.
Expensive taste. They think crab meat is so big. So, Kirby, peace out, baby.
Good night, Kirby. I'm gonna give that a 7. 7, 6.5, 7.
That's okay.
You know what? Tony Goodson and K Hamp, what y'all give it? Tony Goodson gave you a 7.
All right.
Okay. See? On brand.
Let's see what K Hamp. Kirby, I'd like to see what you had. K Hamp gave you an 8.
Oh, y'all just
Rhonda
like
gave you a 7.
Y'all like
That's
it.
funny.
Y'all just like it.
Because everybody think about somebody broke, they know they got these expensive tastes and stuff like that. So
Tiff J gave you a 6.42.
9.42.
Kirby gave you an 8.
All I got from these scores is I'm still funnier than Guy Tory.
Corey Rao gave you an 8. Rebranders Podcast gave you a 6.
Damn. You know what?
All right, y'all. Hey, look, we got a lot of great show left for the rest of the year. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. It's been fun. It's been great. Yashika gave you a 2. Your average came way down.
Your own people.
We'll see y'all next week.
Love y'all.
Bye.
I just love rodeo, period, but I was a rodeo bullfighter, so I love the bulls. It ain't for everybody.
Well, before we get to that point, I got to tell you, Kevin, everybody loves when Kevin Woodson is here. Please put your hands together.
Oh, sure.
Once again, you're our #1 requested person.